they do it? Let's see. I'm trying to pull up our YouTube stream. We should be live there right now. Yep. I'm going to make sure that's muted. We're on there. I can see us on YouTube. No one there yet. And then we have Facebook. If you go to the Heroes Journal. You already get the... Okay, cool. And we have 8 people on Facebook.
We're getting set up in the Heroes Quarters. You guys probably can't hear me.
Yep.
We're getting set up in the Heroes Quarters this afternoon.
I don't want the mini player. I'm trying to figure out what the best view. That's probably the best view because we can see the chat. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us on day 6 of Magic Month. Today is a day that I am not looking forward to because I don't like drinking water. I'm bad at it. I hate it. And I know it's important. Reed's here. Hey, Reed. Welcome to Wednesday.
What's up, Reed? Reed's kind of the mainstay of our YouTube presence.
It's true.
He's been on every single YouTube live stream. Shout out to Reed.
I think that Reed actually was the only person who even commented on YouTube last time. So if you're out there on YouTube, jump in the comments. Let's chat a little bit. Let's see what's going on over there.
Give it some love.
By the way, so for everyone in the Heroes Quarters, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think Jillian posted a post about an hour ago, and I am all for it. Poliwhirl is one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, Jillian posted a photo of her daily pages where she used the note section to color in some Pokemon. Well, she did one Pokemon, and then the other one's Kirby.
Yeah, it's great, though.
So,
hi, Kristen. Kristen's in the YouTube chat as well. We got more people.
Hey, Kristen, how you doing?
Reed said it's magic that we made Zach disappear. No, Zach is very much still around. He actually works in the room that's right there.
Reed was like, get Zach out. Because he doesn't because of his spicy take on Chicago Deep Dish.
Oh, yeah. We actually got an email. I don't know if you saw this.
I did see that. Someone emailed us about...
Don emailed us. Don is a frequent to the Facebook live streams, and Don gave us a rundown of the different types of Chicago pizza.
I love that.
That's
amazing.
Though I was not a part of that conversation, and nor do I really have an opinion on that conversation, because I tend to just eat whatever's in front of me. So I don't really have a lot of opinions. I'm more just hungry or not hungry is my biggest opinion.
I do want to give a little shout out to our Heroes Quarters group. We actually just surpassed 11,000 members.
I was going to say something about that.
Yeah, we recently, for a long time, kind of the history of the Heroes Quarters, it was about 40 people for a good 10 months. And then one day we decided to do Quarantine Quest, which took our private Facebook group from, 40 people or whatever to 10,000 in about a week.
Yeah.
Which was pretty dramatic. I think it even shot up into like 11 or 12,000. And since then, people have kind of tapered off and dropped out, which is totally fine. Things got a little crazy around June when we released, Green and Gray again. And since then, it's just kind of stayed around 10,000 people, which has been great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of amazing stories that have been shared. And obviously, we've been able to build this community since we've been live streaming the whole time to the Heroes Quarters. But now it's just fun to see it kind of grow again, and I guess to see it grow in a more organic, less turbocharged,
It's true.
way. So if you are new to the Heroes Quarters, if you are new to Magic Month or the Heroes Journal or whatever, welcome. And you are in the company of really, really great people, and I'm glad you're here. Anyway, I haven't even gotten to the actual live stream yet.
I've been looking at them. We got a lot of hellos. We'll get to the hellos in a second. Kristen said those quarantine quests were great. I think that though Magic Month does take a lot of notes from Quarantine Quest, I think Quarantine Quest still has a really sacred place in a lot of our hearts. It was just unprecedented times. It was really exciting for us. Everyone kind of got to be there during the growth. So I would say that Quarantine Quest will forever hold a special place in my heart. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how you agree.
Well, Quarantine Quest is fun because, I think that the whole point of it was us kind of putting our heads together as a team, when the world was going into quarantine because of a pandemic. We were thinking, what can we do that would like be appropriate for the situation and kind of help the world, if you will. And so I'm really glad with the thing that we decided to do, which was make a free thing with side quests. And obviously it was really successful in getting a lot of people, interested in the Heroes Journal. But I mean, we wanted to do a similar thing again with Magic Month. And my hot take is I think Magic Month is way better than Quarantine Quest, because the PDF is better and the art's more exciting. And it's like a little preview of something more to come. So I'm really excited about it. And we get to live stream more, I think.
Yeah.
We probably are live streaming more.
I don't know. We live streamed a lot during Quarantine Quest.
It's true.
I mean, obviously we're doing 4 times a week, which is no small feat on our part, but there's like a little bit of preparation that goes into this, especially because our production quality has gone up quite a bit. I at least, maybe you guys probably would have a better take on that, but I think our production quality has gone up.
I mean, yeah, I think it's objectively better.
Okay, that's fair.
Than our website.
Reed asked, "Hey Nick, is that your voice in the Facebook ads?"
It is my voice.
It is.
Well, yeah, it is my voice. I think I'm the only one that's ever done a voiceover. That's hilarious.
Hey, big news. We got a new hero alert on YouTube.
New hero alert.
Got my first journal about a week ago, and I'm in. I love this thing.
Let's
said
go.
Kale. That's so exciting.
Kim, you said?
Kale.
Welcome,
Cale.
Kale. You are welcomed with warm arms. Do people say that? Probably
No.
not.
Mm-mm.
Well, you are welcome. Oh wait, no, don't go.
Yeah, like
ruining the first impression. They're like,
Seriously.
actually, never mind. I'm out.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I think that one thing Nick and I have been doing probably too much for the last 3 weeks is talking about like what we're doing as like an organization.
Yeah.
And I think that was what we're doing. Like that's the thing we're shooting for, is like, I just got my journal and I'm in. Because to us, I'm in means more than just like I bought your thing. It's like I am actively taking on the challenge of thinking of myself as like a hero of this epic story.
Right.
So that's probably the thing that we've nailed down the most as what we want to do, is how do we continue to push that narrative that everyone's a hero. So yeah, just 100%. Know that when you send us messages like that, whether it's Kale or someone else, like that really means a lot to us, because that helps us feel like we're genuinely doing the thing that we set out to do.
Yeah, I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but if you have just kind of been sitting in the background, or maybe you're new to the live streams, maybe you recently got a journal and you're still kind of trying to figure out what's going on here, drop us a little wave. You don't have to have a full on conversation, but we would just love to know if anyone new kind of pops into these. So it would help us a lot. Anyway, I gotta say hi to some people.
We got some highs over there on the Facebook side.
Yeah, a whole bunch of people. So I know Neela's here. What's up, Neela? Sandra's here. We do have a lot of coffee. Melinda says coffee is hydration too. I don't know if it technically is.
It's a diuretic. Makes you pee more.
Well,
you, I guess.
If drinking 5 cups of coffee was today's side quest,
we'd already be 2 down.
We'd be well on our way. But it's not. What's up, Megan? How you doing? Jennifer gave us a little wave. Sabrina, hiya. Hello. Hi, Robin. What's up? Robin got something last time, right? Did we give Robin white, or am I thinking of someone else?
Someone else. I think so.
Sorry. I think what it is, it's Robin's profile picture looks like, was it Jenna? Someone else had a Bitmoji for their default like Facebook pic, and I think we gave them something. So hopefully it's you next time, Robin, from the giveaway. Jennifer appreciates the side quests, which you love it. Glad that we're liking Magic Month. Jimmy's back with coffee in hand.
Love that.
It's always a good time when Jimmy shows up.
So true. He made a comment above about being in a Zoom meeting or something.
I saw that. Yeah. Guys, we're not going to show you, but we got our samples last night.
Yeah.
We were expecting a delivery. The first bound version of the Astoria Magic Academy, essentially going from, this to something like this. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And for the first time, we saw what they looked like. We were waiting all day by the door, and they were supposed to arrive, and they never did. And we were like, oh man, maybe tomorrow. And then right about at like 6 o'clock, they pulled up. It's already dark outside, and they gave us a sample. We open it up, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's really pretty.
There is one color that we didn't talk about that it's my new favorite. It's like it became my new favorite by a large margin too.
Wow.
And I love the green journal is my favorite color.
It dethroned the green journal. Huh?
It dethroned it for me.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Also, I want to give Meredith a shout out. So Meredith said, "Hi, I admit I'm one of those new people here, and I'm enjoying my first gray journal here in sunny Las Vegas."
So exciting.
Meredith, we're really glad you're here. Thanks for saying hi to everyone. And I'm very jealous of the weather in Las Vegas.
Now
everyone wants us to spill the beans, but I did something on purpose because I'm a perpetual bean spiller. I can't keep a secret because I get so excited. I didn't even bring the samples in the room.
Yeah.
They're all the way upstairs. I'm not going to go get them.
It's funny because it's like I would say that Zach's probably the best at like concealing the beans. I would say I'm probably in between you and Zach. You're
I'm the worst, dude.
What?
I'm the worst.
It's like you know how like there's the age old thing about when one parent says no, you go ask the other parent.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone knows to ask you. Like everyone's like, I'm gonna go ask Nick.
You'd be like, hey, can I show them this? And I'd be like, I already did. I just did.
Reed gave us a comment on here on YouTube a little bit ago, and said, I see myself as a knight doing my knightly duties for the castle and protecting my house.
Wow.
That's so exciting. It's just a fun way
that.
to think about your life,
Yeah. Functionalize that imagination. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Donna says green is her favorite.
I agree so far. But once you see this, I mean, I guess this one is not necessarily a direct correlation, but it's still just amazing.
She Green also said green is her favorite color, and green's in her name. So
it's true.
I think she might win that one. But, I think I have to say, I actually think purple is one of my favorites because it just looks so good on the contrast. Now, full disclosure, we got a bunch of different sample cloths and colors. Doesn't mean we're going to make the journal in all these colors. In fact, we're not. So
yeah,
I'm not even alluding to anything because it's not going to happen. But we did get another purple sample of what the Astoria Magic Academy journal will look like. And I just was like, man, like just that combination of gold and purple, like looks good no matter what.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so sharp. It's like so royal feeling. It's like, it's a really good contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to not do, at least for the Kickstarter, not do any repeats. We're trying to do like new stuff. There may be, cause Kristen said on YouTube, ooh, new color book, more to add to the collection. I can't wait. Yeah. So we're going to continue. I think there's a lot of colors on the color spectrum. So it's like, why would we redo one that we have already done? So for now, it'll be all new.
Well, are we? I guess we kind of are, but I think we said one color, right? Didn't we already say one color?
Yeah, we already said blue.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think we on Monday or maybe Saturday we did spill some beans about one of the colors. There will be two colors. One of the colors is a blue, and I'm not gonna say what blue quite yet, but we took into a lot of consideration the different kinds of blues. I looked at a whole bunch of them, and we tried to find one that I think would make everyone happy. And the nice thing is blue is like such an easy color. It's true. A lot of things are made in blue. A lot of journals are blue because blue's a nice color. So yeah, I'm proud of the blue that we picked. I think it's gonna look really good.
So the reason why we can't show them, it's not just because we want to have beans to spill later on. One of the reasons why we're not, it's because we actually haven't decided 100% if this is the color that we want. Yeah. So we don't want to like mislead you, right? Exactly. That's also another part of it. It's not just us being secretive.
Yeah, it's true.
What else is going on today? Did everyone go out and watch Zach's video on Onward? by the way.
That's a great video.
I was bummed because I was trying to get Zach to talk about it on the Monday live stream, but the one thing I see with at least the YouTube content is it just keeps getting better, in my opinion, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Non-biased.
Yeah, I love the Onward video. One of our editor, Henry, he helps us edit our videos, did a really good job. We know it's a good video when the first revision or the first version that's sent back is like pretty much the final product. So it was a great video. I'm glad I convinced Zach to watch Onward, and everyone should watch Onward. By the way, it's a good Pixar movie.
It's a good movie in general.
Kind of flew under the radar. Also, what's up, Nicole? I want to give Lisa a really quick shout out. So Lisa commented on Facebook. She said, "Loving Magic Month and all you do to nurture this online community. Been lurking for months and excited to finally be participating." Well, welcome, Lisa. Thanks for dropping a comment here. And I guess I'm glad you've been lurking our online community
Yeah.
the last couple months. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, it's really interesting because though we have like a lot of really active members of the community, which is amazing, and we're able to like, kind of share in that community, but it's also like we aim to serve the people that don't necessarily say a lot, in being able to help and serve the people who have been quote unquote lurking. So we're glad to see you, and we're glad that we were able to do something special for you too. Just, you know, it's like it's an interesting thing of like
Yeah.
serving someone who you don't necessarily know is there.
Bob Clark just dropped a banger of a quote. He said, "Want to make everyone happy? Figure out what color ice cream is." Steve Jobs.
Dang.
Feels like a very Steve Jobs quote.
It does, because I don't know what it means.
Me either.
But hey, there are a lot smarter people than us who have figured out the true meanings of life, I guess.
It's true.
I'm like looking at Donna's question over there.
Yeah, Dawn, I'm not sure what you're asking. She says, "Where is located?"
I think that the question is about the
Where?
Onward video. That's my guess.
Oh,
It's
got
on
it.
YouTube.
Donna, if you're looking for the Onward video, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The Hero's Journal, same as it's spelled here on Facebook, and you'll find our YouTube channel. And then you can click subscribe if you want to watch our videos. We put a lot of work into making these kind of like educational, personal development meets storytelling type of videos. We love all things storytelling, whether it's like movies or books or whatever. And we try to make compelling content that captures, you know, these great kind of storytelling tropes, and then also can be applied to everyday life. And yeah, we love doing it. So we're gonna make a lot more, and we should watch them because they're good.
That's a great pitch.
Yeah.
You know, I think so. One of my favorite things about these live streams, especially with this camera, is that the setting changes every time, right? Because it's like the table's moved up a little bit more, the table's moved to the left, moved to the right.
More door in this one though.
There's a lot more door, but the best part about this one is you just get a corner of Gandalf the Grey. Not a lot of it, just sneaking around in the corner, just hanging out,
there.
which I think is just amazing.
It's nice.
But
you're in like really good focus. You're right in the focus.
I know
of the camera.
I hit the sweet spot.
Yeah.
The-
Light's beaming off you.
I went from not being in the live stream to just being the main attraction, which is
limelight.
yeah.
Donna was talking about the Honor video. Good call.
Oh, Sky gave some
Sky goes, "I love the switch from bantering to pitch mode. Posture and tone both changed instantly." Yeah.
You know, that was probably unintentional, but
Yep. Speaking of unintentional, we're making a new YouTube video. I'm just kidding. We're not.
that would be. We do have a video that we're hoping to drop tomorrow, right?
Friday.
No, I thought it was tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah, because we switched.
What video is it?
It's Road to Kickstarter episode
Oh, is it?
2.
What are we dropping on Friday then? Are we just live streaming?
Friday is the live stream.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're gonna push more attention to the live stream.
I was out of the loop on that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I shot a video yesterday, kind of a series that we are calling the Road to Kickstarter, because if you don't know already, we are going to be doing a Kickstarter campaign, launching the new journal that we've kind of been alluding to throughout the live stream. That is on February 16th, 2021. Mark your calendars. Yeah, I filmed a video with Bert yesterday talking about what Kickstarter is and why we decided to do Kickstarter, what makes a good Kickstarter, what are the benefits of Kickstarter, what are the scary parts about Kickstarter. I'm sure a lot of people here already are very familiar with the platform, but some people aren't, and it can be kind of weird or confusing to figure out what it is. And so I think I just wanted to make a video, put it into our words, maybe demystify some of the crowdfunding craze or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know, hopefully it helps. And, obviously give a little bit away of what our campaign's going to be like.
Yeah. And on top of that, I mean, we're super thankful for the fact that we have a community full of creators. We have a bunch of creative people in here who are either like painting, making new stuff, writing graphic novels. We've pretty much seen the entire array of creative projects being taken on with the Heroes Journal. So it's like a little bit of like this is what Kickstarter involves, and it kind of talks about the process. And if anyone out there is looking to do a Kickstarter or wants to pursue their creative project, we wanted to hopefully speak a little bit into that side of things as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it would be a really cool day if someone had a quest to launch a Kickstarter campaign, and we could share about it in the group and stuff. Kickstarter campaigns are a ton of work, or they should be a ton of work if they're good. But it's basically like having a full-time job. And when we did our first Kickstarter, it was brutal. Like, there's just so many things you have to do. You have to think about. You have to organize and get clearance. And if it's not your full-time job, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of things to think about.
I'm a really bad. I habitually do this. I read both chats. So sorry if I'm looking over there. I know that's your chat. But I do want to say Caleb had a really good question, and I don't know if we have an answer to this, but it's a really good question. Caleb asked, for those working at the Heroes Journal, what is considered required reading/viewing, and what would you add to that list?
That's a great question.
It's a really great question.
I love it.
You can go first. I'll
I mean, what's required? Required's a kind of an intense word. Okay, so if I was interviewing someone, I guess we'll say that we're like a 10-person operation, right? We have an office, all that jazz. Someone comes in, they go, I want to work here. And I go, okay, sit down and let's have an interview. This isn't how job interviews work ever, but
they could.
It's like a duel. I want a job. So I sit down and interview them, and I'm probably going to ask them, probably the first thing I would do first is check for culture fit. So, obviously there's a culture here of like people that love fandoms. We love Lord of the Rings. We love Star Wars. Like, everyone here has something that they really love, and they have a medium that they love as well. So for me, I'm obviously biased. I think Lord of the Rings is one of the best things ever on the planet out of anything. And I would ask them if they've seen Lord of the Rings, and if they said no, it'd be hard for me to continue the interview. Or if they express oh, I don't really watch that kind of stuff, I'd be like, get out.
For those people out there, that's not actually true.
Yeah,
we're not going to judge hiring based off of whether or not someone's seen Lord of the Rings.
I probably will. But
yeah, there's a good reason there's multiple people in the interview.
If you can't pass a culture interview, then
this took a really weird turn. I think that Caleb was specifically talking about using the Heroes Journal.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
But he's saying people that want to work at the Heroes Journal.
No, for those working, are you talking about like working like as like a member of the Heroes Journal team, or are you talking about using the Heroes Journal?
I interpret it as like the required reading for those who work at the Heroes Journal. But you interpreted it as people who just use the journal, what's like something that would help.
That's what I interpreted it as.
Oh, okay.
And no one at the Heroes Journal has not seen Lord of the Rings, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone has seen it. Oh, working there. Okay, you were right. I was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, you were right.
So, yeah. So, so first of all, we're a really small team. But I mean, if there was ever a day where we grew so big that keeping a culture of like-minded people, and you had to protect that culture, I would definitely, it would be the LOTR test. It's true. Because I've interviewed at a game studio, a really, really popular game studio. And it was one thing I really respected about them is the first I had two interviews that were an hour long, and there was no technical skills, no job history ever discussed. All it was about video games. They were like basically seeing if I was an actual gamer or not, because my role didn't necessarily directly correlate with being a gamer. And so they wanted to make sure, to protect the kind of culture they were trying to build, they're like, is this person like interested in video games? Like, are they really about it? So yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would take a similar approach one day. I wouldn't be that, militant about it.
Yeah, but we don't work for Lord of the Rings.
I know, but
yeah. So like for me, right, like my favorite fandom isn't a nerdy one. My favorite fandom is like Wes Anderson. Like, yeah. And I think I use the same like tools and like tendencies for my Wes Anderson love that someone would use for like a love for Star Trek or Lord of the Rings.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's why I'm a lot more. Nick loves Lord of the Rings.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: if you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, it's like pretty. It's like it's not about seeing Lord of the Rings or not. It's like a gateway, right? Like if you understand Lord of the Rings, you know about it, you've read it or you've watched it, then you understand the world of like fandoms. And I think Star Wars is like that too.
Yeah, I would say if no one's ever seen any fandoms.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is like if you haven't dipped your toe in the most popular ones, then you probably, it's like, oh yeah, I've never seen Harry Potter, but I love Little Wizard Academia. Like, it's like that's probably not going to be very common.
It could be.
I mean, yeah, it could definitely happen, but I mean, if I'm like, hey, you ever seen Lord of the Rings? And someone's like, no, I don't like that. Then I'm like, okay, well, you're probably not going to enjoy working here.
Yeah. now you guys are getting into one of Nick and Kyle's famous arguments about things that aren't actually going to happen for a really long time.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
Really quick, I got to say something about Wes Anderson because we have two questions.
Yeah, Jimmy said, what is Wes Anderson?
So Wes Anderson is a popular like indie director. Has made a lot of movies like Life Aquatic, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Isle of Dogs, things like that. My favorites are Grand Budapest Hotel. I love The Royal Tenenbaums. I think that they have some really great characters in that particular movie. And then also Fantastic Mr. Fox are my top three. But I have yet to meet one that I don't like. That's the answer to that question.
Yeah, Wes Anderson is a director who has a very pronounced style of directing, very recognizable, and he makes really good movies. Definitely worth checking out. I recommend Fantastic Mr. Fox. That's my favorite. Neela said something really interesting. She said, she mentioned Shark Tank. She's like, have you ever kind of thought about using Shark Tank to try and spread the word about the journal?
I mean, there's like a selfish, like wanting to have been on Shark Tank, being a kid who watched Shark Tank growing up.
Yeah, who hasn't seen Shark Tank? It's like one of the most popular TV shows of the last decade.
But I think that, we're really, and this isn't a really good answer, so take it with a grain of salt, but it's like we like the way we're growing right now because it feels very personal.
Yeah.
And that might like microwave something like that. So
yeah, I think we have a lot of thoughts about Shark Tank. I don't know. So what I would do, I'd walk in first and I go, hey sharks, let me ask you something. Have any of you seen Lord of the Rings? And they'd go, what? And I'd go, and I just turn around and I'd walk out.
Yeah, it's not.
Just kidding. No, Shark Tank is kind of interesting. The pattern of products and companies that you see come out of Shark Tank, from the things I've studied, it's one of two things. It's either a very lighthearted, almost like a novelty product that's cheap. So you think of something like Scrub Daddy or like, I don't know, Bombas socks or something like that, like something that's kind of like low cost and interesting, or something that is patented, like a piece of technology that is legally protected. And I mean, frankly, we don't have a patent on a journal. And yeah, like maybe for distribution's sake, like maybe it would help us like fast track to get us on the shelves of like Barnes and Noble or, Target or something. But even that, I don't know if that's not like top of our priority list either. So I think even if someone, Shark Tank or not, came along and they were like, hey, like I want to invest in your company. What are you going to do if I give you $1 million or something? We wouldn't really,
yeah,
like we would know, but I don't know. I don't know if we have a really good reason to go on Shark Tank, and it might end up just being a thing where they're like, "Why are you here?" And we're like, "I don't know. We thought it'd be cool." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, well, there's not really a fit here."
I mean, selfishly, I'm a huge Dallas Mavericks fan, so I'd want to meet Mark Cuban. But that's just 100% wanting to meet Mark Cuban.
Yeah, Kyle's dream scenario is we get a deal with Mark Cuban just so he can go shoot around at the Mavericks facility and meet Luka.
Luka Doncic. I mean, I've been a Mavericks fan my whole life. I'd want to meet Dirk first, but that's
Yeah.
a whole tangent. Before we get to Tanya's thing, because Tanya's thing is kind of funny. Jimmy jumped over. We got James over here on YouTube because he went to the better side of the internet.
I see how it is.
Asked about Narnia. Books, not movies. I've only read 2 Narnia books. I've read The Chronicles of Narnia, obviously, and then I read The Horse and His Boy.
That was kind of recently, wasn't it?
I read it in 2017 when we lived in the first Bellevue house. I read it in one day, and it blew my mind. It's one of my favorite books I've ever read, and I was like, why didn't I do this earlier? That's my entire story about that. But I would say that Narnia is probably pretty important, and I would say that it fits inside of like fandom canon for us here.
100%. Yeah, Narnia is legit. I got to catch some people up. Wait, what?
We want to be at Powell's too, by the way. We would love to be at Powell's.
Yeah, Nicole, don't get us wrong. Powell's would be a lot more exciting to us than Target for a lot of reasons. Unfortunately, there's a pandemic, and we're not really sure how retail stores are even going to function in the future. Some people actually haven't seen Shark Tank. So for those who don't know, we kind of mentioned Shark Tank. We don't want to talk a ton about it. Shark Tank is basically a show where you have these investors, and then entrepreneurs come in and they pitch their product or their idea to these. They call them sharks, but they're basically just investors. And if their pitch is good, then one or maybe a few of the different sharks will give them an offer. So basically an investment offer. If they want to like raise money for a product. So we would essentially go in, pitch the journal, say that we have this, amazing, beautiful, flourishing online community of customers, and we have this idea for these new products, but we need money to get it there, all that stuff. And then maybe someone would be like, okay, we'll offer you some money, yada, yada, yada. That's Shark Tank. It's like American Idol for entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We got a lot of comments around both sides, but I think Facebook has more.
Yeah. Tanya asked a really interesting question, to which Nicole had a really interesting answer. Tanya dropped in and she said, I want to know how people define magic. What is the definition of magic? If you guys have a definition of magic that comes to mind for you, let us know. Type it up and I want to read them. Nicole's answer was, let me find it. Magic is wanting something and letting yourself have it. Really cool. Wanting something and letting yourself have it.
There's been a lot of conversation actually surrounding, and Juliana's like freaking out about the amount of live streams. A lot of live streams.
Yeah, we're not totally sure what the schedule is for live streaming yet. The reason Juliana's freaking out is that we usually only live stream on Saturdays, and we've been live streaming like every other day. So the plan right now, at least for this week, was to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And then on Friday, we're doing a giveaway, which we did that last Friday as well. Mm-hmm. And I think we're also going to be showing off parts of the journal.
Yeah, remember this Friday is Yoga Friday as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we won't then. That's a lot of things to do.
So Reed said something mysterious and awe-inspiring that just makes life feel more surreal. I would agree with that. So it's interesting. There's a lot of I think there's a lot more opinions on what magic is versus like what an adventure is, right? Our first journal was all about like setting out on your quest.
Yes.
So there's not a lot to debate there because it's you can see that in your life a lot more than potentially like Harry Potter magic, right? Like having a wand and like
yeah.
But I feel like magic has this mystique that can genuinely change someone's life, and I think that's one of the reasons why like a magical IMA journal I'm really excited about it. It's because I think that it allows people to look outside of what's normal and changing what they think they can do. That's my biggest like practical.
Yeah, as it pertains to like a productivity journal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we were kind of talking about it last night, and it's just basically this idea of like connecting with the future that you want for yourself is like a lot of the thing that we do. I think there's something magical about even that. Robin says, magic is science we don't understand.
I would agree with that.
Amy said, I'm late. And Amy, to you, I would say,
you're right on time.
You're right on time. You arrived precisely when you meant to. Melinda says, magic, embracing the idea that you can materially impact the condition of your life by setting a goal or intention. The chat keeps moving. Magic, embracing the idea that you can materially impact the condition of your life by setting a goal or intention, ritualizing that intention, visualizing the outcome, and letting it happen. Wow.
Kristen on YouTube said, magic equals otherworldly, fantastical, exciting, bigger than life.
I love it.
I like that a lot.
Neela says, magic is happiness in all forms, real or unreal. These are these are poetic.
Ebon Hawk Podcast said, magic is being present. You are fully connecting with other people and the world around you. I like that a lot too. And the IMA journal has a lot more kind of like fleshed out, like B characters, I guess you would call them. Like the side characters.
Way more. Yeah.
Which is like, I think that's part of like being connected and like talking to the people around you. Juliana's going off right now. I love it.
I know, she like can't believe that we're live streaming so much.
Did you see the joke about Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
Yeah. She's like, I'll see you guys more than I talk to my friends.
Good stuff.
Which means we're not friends, which kind of hurts.
Kind of hurts a lot.
Okay, that's fine. Bob says, magic is the intersection of what's possible and what's really possible. Which is interesting. There's two ways to hear that. There's a skeptical way to hear that, and there's an optimistic way to hear that statement.
Right?
It's like what's really possible. Or it's like what's really possible.
Yeah.
Inflection's important.
Inflection is important.
This is like really great. People have some really like insightful and thoughtful definitions of magic.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because we've had a few people reach out to us and kind of more or less tell us that magic was the wrong angle to take on our second journal.
Yeah.
And like their points are very well taken. But yeah, it's like it's also exciting to see that people have so many definitions of what magic is and what real magic looks like in their lives and why this particular journal is exciting, because it helps reframe goal setting again for people, which is cool.
Yeah, it clicked for me when I thought about magic in that way. I was like, what really is magic? Like, what's happening? It's not about like making something levitate. It's about the emotion of what it would feel like to see something levitate. Like, it's about seeing something amazing and then believing in like wonder for a moment. The thing I actually think of, which is kind of off brand for me, I think about like amazing moments in sports.
That is very
super off brand for me. Like, Kyle's definitely more of the sports guy, but like when you think of like these amazing like last second like shots that go in, or like amazing plays, or like these incredible athletic achievements that kind of like they almost like expand the like people's understanding of what is humanly possible. Maybe this is more like Bob's definition. That's like what, like I think of like this crazy moment, right? Like someone hitting this game-winning shot and everyone around there in the crowd going crazy. It's not about like one team beating another. It's about like everyone in that room experiencing this like this moment of like amazement. Like something that was against all the odds still happened. It's pretty cool. That's what I think of when I think magic.
Yeah, we got a couple really good ones here on YouTube. Magic is the things that makes the everyday memorable, the ordinary breathtaking, and the impossible possible. All right. This is like very poetic.
Can I read one and then you can go next? We'll kind of switch off.
We'll keep going. This is so fun.
Sky said, magic to me is seeing the wonder and joy in the world around us. You have to open your eyes to it.
That's so good.
It's good.
Kale said, to me, magic is seeing things in a way that you once hadn't before. Can be everyday things as well. like how magical it is that we have lungs that work through a pressure system in order to breathe.
Wow.
That's like both anatomically exciting and very magical.
Rita said magic as positive affirmations. And she said, if the Bucks make it to the Super Bowl, that is magic.
Do we got, are you from Tampa? Is that like a hometown
I'm waiting
thing?
for someone to make the Orlando Magic joke.
Right.
Like Magic is a team that plays basketball in Orlando.
Ebon Hawk podcast said, I'm a big Star Wars fan. And really, the concept of the Force is like magic. Fiction helps us figure out the best way to live.
That's a great podcast, by the way. Little shout out. I did some dabbling and I listened to the Star Wars podcast that you run. I know we follow Jill on Instagram, Ebon Hawk podcast, and you do really good stuff. So a little shout out for you.
You know, I haven't watched yet, but now I'm upon that recommendation.
Yeah. Yeah, they made a really thoughtful post about the Heroes Journal on Instagram, which I really appreciated. It was a little bit ago. It's probably like a couple weeks back. But
yeah. I'm excited to give it a listen.
You know, we mentioned a little earlier that some people didn't like the idea of us going the Magic Academy route for our next journal. And people are saying some really nice things. Amy flat out said those people were wrong. Mackenzie just said, you're going the right way with a product when people don't agree with you and they don't outweigh your audience.
That's
very insightful.
It's very, very insightful.
Yeah. So much wisdom in here.
Ebon Hawk said, thanks for listening, and then did the smiley, but I think it's like a happy crying face.
Oh. Hey, you know, everyone's just out here trying to make good content.
It's true. It's like there needs to be more of us like just like hyping up each other. You know, we're all trying to just make the world a better place.
You kidding? Of course.
Jennifer said magic can be those moments where we are children again and all the world is wonder, which is something I love to find in books and other art.
Yeah.
You know, Juliana hit on the head. We got a bunch of like poets and deep thinkers.
Did Juliana switch over?
She switched over, but I think she also left.
Man, she's probably either going to go read or go on a run.
Seriously.
One of the two. Actually, she said something really funny that I didn't read. She said, does everyone here have a degree in literature? These are poetic.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning.
All caps. Super funny. Yeah, they are. They're really, really good.
Yeah, I did not expect this to hit such a level of like profundity.
Yeah.
Is that a word, profundity?
It is. Yeah, that was a good choice of words.
Yeah, this definitely took my Wednesday morning at a different turn. I think my brain's like thinking at like a higher capacity now. I really had to like force my brain to wake up today.
Feels magical to me. Amy said, the fact that you guys can pay homage to various fandoms in your own unique way is what makes the things you do so great and helpful. It's kind of an insightful thing. It's like
that. Yeah.
The more you express your love for your fandom, the easier it is for other people to express their loves of their fandom.
Yeah. We Ooh, Ebon Hawk said, I have an MFA in creative writing. A master's in fine arts. I think that's what that means.
It is.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, you got that down. What was I gonna say? Well, I was gonna say something, and it's like, back to the thing that Nick and I have been talking about, and kind of just the direction that we're trying to take the Heroes Journal. We are trying to create a bunch of different entry points, not to buy our product, but entry points into thinking of yourself as a hero.
Oof.
And we realized that though the first journal, inspired by Lord of the Rings, maybe like Chronicles of Narnia, very kind of medieval, was an entry point for some people. We wanted to create a journal that kind of attacked, in a way, a different type of fandom, so that more people could see themselves as the hero of their story. So that's the ultimate reason why we're doing that. And so far it seems like people are buying into that particular idea, but yeah, if you ever wonder why we're doing what we're doing,
you said that really well. You nailed that. I want to say something that I want to read a comment that Sky wrote here on Facebook. She said, this made my Wednesday morning much better. Having this community really raises my spirits. That makes me really happy.
That makes me super happy.
People, If you spent any amount of time on the internet, you know that people tend to be nasty. Like they tend to be a little less kind. They tend to be a little more cynical or a little more rude, you know, just maybe the anonymity of like a screen or whatever. Maybe people just come to the internet to be mean. I don't know. But I'm really proud that the Heroes Quarters and especially these live streams are overwhelmingly positive. And every time when we, you know, press stop streaming on here, we always feel like that was a good thing that we just did. Like it always raises the spirits and feels like always like a positive connection point, even for us. Like we're not just here like making content for you guys to like watch. Like we're actually like wanting to connect with you guys and have like a positive, kind of exchange. And so I feel like a large majority of what's happening in the Heroes Quarters and even on like YouTube or Instagram are like overwhelmingly they're positive exchanges. And I love that we're setting up like a digital culture, if you will, of like people being allies to one another, truly like having no tolerance for someone being rude or being like out of pocket with like other people. It's like, if you're not going to be an ally, then like you probably or don't belong here. You're not going to have a good time because people are kind to one another here. Like even if there's like differences of opinion or something like that. Like I'm really glad that we're building that and guarding that and creating that culture. And it's not us, it's you guys. It's 100% you guys. So yeah, this helps us too.
It's interesting. I have some incredible supportive parents who, are always there to say a kind word about the work that we're doing here. But the first word they always say is, I can't believe that you guys created this community. Not because they didn't think I was capable of it, but it's just because it's like so hard to find a place on the internet that everyone's so positive and nice to each other.
Yeah.
And that's the thing they always brag to me about me, which is kind of a weird sentence to say, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's like a really cool thing that, in those moments. But
Bob said, could use a sci-fi journal, ...
To
which I say, ...
To
which I say, maybe with a little bit of magic, we might be able to get there. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it's not impossible.
Benjamin just said, just received my delivery at the front desk. I'm assuming you're talking about the Heroes Journal, but if you're not, I'm just excited you got something. I mean, getting something is just exciting in general. But
now wait, what showed up?
Yeah.
now I have to know.
But yeah, if it's a Heroes Journal, happy questing, right?
Juliana made a quick reference to one of the letters from the mentor. If you guys don't like pay attention to the emails that we send out, we actually send every Tuesday. We send out an email called Letter from the Mentor. Ryan, who's the artist for all of the art in all of our journal and stuff, he makes these comics every week that go along with this letter. It's super short, just kind of these really good written insights that Zach comes up with. Juliana made a reference to I think the last letter that we sent out, and she said, also, I like the mentor said that magic is change, and I like that a lot. As someone who is very resistant to change, it's nice to reframe change as positive. Yeah, magic is change. Anyway, that was a little plug for Letter from the Mentor.
Yeah,
because it's great.
We not only are we trying to do different fandoms, but we're also trying to release content in different mediums. I think that there are people who enjoy, there's definitely like a different type of content that people enjoy. So, if you love like the written word, Zach is really good at putting words on the page. So, Tuesdays, we send out a letter from the mentor, and it's great. So, that's the plug.
Yeah, I love it. Ryan's getting some love.
Oh, this is what I was gonna ask. For those of you who saw it, how'd you guys feel about the GIF? Should we have Ryan make more GIFs?
Oh, the animated.
Yeah,
that was last week, I think.
Yeah, last week was the GIF.
There was a little animated guy for the Letter from the Mentor. Hopefully the email didn't like mess it up.
I looked at it. It looked good.
I really quickly. So I mentioned the culture. I mentioned the online community and stuff, and I totally forgot to mention our mod team. Like I just want to give them a really quick shout out because they do so much work, and Nicole is on the mod team, so she's here. I'm not sure if any of the other mods are on the live stream right now. But yeah, John Combs, and then the 4 mods that we have are like so helpful and such a such a critical part of keeping the group positive and keeping the community healthy. Before the mods were here, and before we had any formal like delegating like the keeping the culture, arguments and like negative things would break out all the time, or like spam accounts or random stuff. And Kyle, Zach, like we just didn't have the capacity to be in the group like the mods do. And so they have just been so incredibly helpful. Like, I think since they showed up, like we have had like next to zero problems keeping the culture healthy. And so it is a crime to mention the positivity of the culture of the group without mentioning the mods. So I wanted to give the mods a little bit of love, and specifically Nicole, since she's here, and I think she has to go soon. But anyway, very much appreciate you, Nicole.
All I'm saying is Melinda, I agree. Sherlock Holmes would be super cool. I think it'd be really fun. I think like the idea of opening up the journal and trying to figure out this mystery every day would be really fun. Like that'd be like
a mystery journal.
Yeah, you're trying to figure out like the story is going along, and you're kind of trying to, maybe you don't skip ahead because you want it to be a genuinely surprise, you know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we're not as conniving and able to think of like the master heist as we thought we could.
There could be a way to do it like, or like at the end, maybe you like, it's kind of like the magic puzzle thing. I've been thinking of ways that you could be tricky with that. You flip it sideways or flip it upside down. It's a different story.
Yeah. Or it'd be really interesting. Like the page before the grand reveal, you have to write down what you think what you think happened, who you think did it, and then immortalize.
Forever. Oh, it's like a whodunit.
Yeah, it's like a whodunit.
It's like a murder part, like a murder dinner party.
Yeah, but it's like Sherlock Holmes is the.
There's been a murder.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting, like Knives Out, great movie.
Ooh, Reed said there's something called Letter from Sherlock, where you get a letter from Sherlock Holmes. You try to solve the mystery.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. Ta for now.
Bye, Nicole. That's great.
Yeah, we the problem, like Nick and I are definitely in like creative mode recently. And so we just get excited about like different things. We'll like have an idea about a product, and then we'll like talk about it for 2 hours, and then we'll be like that won't work, and then we'll just move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I love that you guys are pitching us ideas though. I love that with the kind of expansion, if you will, of the universe of the Heroes Journal, like going from the adventurer type journal to the school, like the scholar mage journal. It is fun to see people start to expand their own ideas. Like, oh, well, what if I wanted to see this kind of journal? Like that would align with my fandom because I love vampires, or I love, steampunk, or I love, sci-fi, whatever it is. I love that because like Kyle said earlier, the goal is obviously to make something cool, but more so it's to get people engaged with their fandoms, to start to think of themselves as a hero. So anyway, pretty cool.
Juliana did the thing again where she tells us two different things that she has to do.
She said, all right, got to go to a lecture.
She said she got to go eat on this side.
I think she's doing it on purpose now, which is pretty funny.
She has to.
I mean, you can definitely eat and watch a lecture, though.
It's true. I've done it before. I used to bring popcorn to class in college. I would just continually try to bring more and more like difficult things to eat in a classroom to see if, because I'm that kind of person, I guess.
Yeah, that's very.
One time was like a bowl of cereal. Time I ate lasagna.
You do like to push it.
I like to push.
How much can you get away with?
Yeah, right. I'm a little bit of a. I was not a fun person to teach. I'll say that.
Love it. Cool. Well, I think we got to get out of the studio because Zach is going to film. He's going to be filming a talking head video that will drop on Monday, most likely. Mm-hmm. What's it about? Are we allowed to say what it's about?
I don't even know if we know what it's about.
I don't think it. Yeah. I think the reason we're live streaming right now is because he was writing it. So, I'm sure it's going to be really good. Keep your eyes peeled for the Road to Kickstarter video that will be coming out tomorrow. And, drink water.
5 cups.
Drink your 5 cups of water. That's the side quest today. And listen, I don't think anyone's ever regretted drinking more water. So,
unless you're on a road trip,
that might be wrong. But it's always a good idea to keep yourself hydrated, and it's a nice side quest. It's kind of like it's this weird feeling of accomplishment when you drink 5 cups of water.
It's true.
When you drink a certain amount of water, it feels like a good accomplishment. So Drink your water.
And last thing, this is just the details. Friday live stream.
Oh, yeah.
We will be doing yoga. We will be giving stuff away. Rumor is it's an heirloom. Not an heirloom, but just a slipcase. I don't think we're going to give away the journals. I think we're just going to give away the slipcase.
The rumors that it's just a slipcase.
That's the rumor. And
Yeah. A lot of exciting things on Friday.
that will take place at 2 p.m. This was a question that was asked on Monday because I went back through and I tried to figure out if we set a time for today. We did not, so that's why we did now. But 2 p.m. If you want to enter into for a chance to win a slipcase, you have to be there. We're not rolling them over from last week. We are just doing a brand new one. We had 100 entries last week. We randomized the names, and we had 3 winners. So be there this Friday. Do some yoga with us. Enjoy in the revelry. And as always,
And they're exciting
As we
giveaways.
quest.
Like, we gave away a Switch last time.
super exciting. And that's going to be there on Friday if Jen is watching.
Yeah.
I sent it yesterday.
Anyway, we'll see you guys on Friday. Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope you have a really good rest of your Wednesday. Make sure and drink your water. I'm not sure what the side quest is tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
By the way, Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
Great call, Robin.
thanks, Robin. Yep, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday. We'll be giving away more things. We'll also be doing yoga. Hopefully you can follow along, get a little loose, connect with your breath. You know, yoga's a good thing.
And on Saturday, we're doing a coffee giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
that was a Jimmy request,
That's
and it was a very
right.
great
It
request.
was a Jimmy request, a James request. James and the Giant giveaway.
James and the Giant giveaway. John's making fun of the way that we we disagree with each other at the same time. It's a slipcase, not an heirloom.
All right. We are signing off. You guys are the best. We'll see you on Friday. Happy questing.